You know, it occurs to me, I don't know why I'm just sitting here chatting like I'm not actually live, so hey everybody, how's it going? You know, we just decided to start the hangout a little bit early before going live here. Oh, Frank, I'm sorry, man. That's no fun. Well, I can draw something on my own today. That's cool. For those of you who are new here, welcome on in. My name is Jeff. You can call me Wags, and this is Wagworks GA. Yeah, so here you'll see art. Usually, I'm doing comics for several of our different kids' comics outlets with my I'm a creative team with my wife Ashley for that. She's the writer. I'm the artist. That's how we typically roll. Yeah, so you'll see that here. Sometimes you'll see me working on just slice of life type comics, that kind of thing. And sometimes you'll see video game fan art, which we just finished a piece actually, which I was really excited about. Hey Jeff, how do I disown a friend named? I think there's a lot of paperwork. It's really, you know, I don't know. Oh my gosh. This escalated so fast. So fast. But yeah, so for those of you who remember last night, we talked about I might be drawing with Frank tonight. He is down and out right now, not up for drawing. Although thankfully you're here. I'm happy to see you here and get to chat with you. That's awesome. So we will do that another week. We'll figure that out. He's deading. He's very busy deading right now. You know, you gotta dead when you gotta dead. It's important. So that's okay. We will do something else tonight. I was actually just talking with Ashley earlier today about how I never have a shortage of things I want to draw. I just have a shortage of time to actually do them. So now I just have to do the hardest thing, which is make a decision. Don't forget, that's right. Fallen, do you want to do dessert of the week before, like at beginning of stream, end of stream? Are you still feel like doing it? You can always opt out if you want, but I'm happy to share your amazing creations. No, she asked you and you said she had to. Okay. Well, just, you know what, whenever. It doesn't have to be any particular time. Whenever you are ready, it's all good. You got back into drawing, Fox? That's awesome. Ooh, that would be cool. The first one you ever did. Yeah. Did you want to share your icon that you made, Fox? Because I'm happy to do that if you want. Actually, Jeff suddenly remembers all the things that he didn't prep before stream because, you know, that's how he rolls. Cool. It's in Frank's server. All right, let's just check it out. Let's just head on over to Frank Cord. Just a moment. I obviously did not prep this for no good reason, actually. No good reason at all. If I want to judge it. That's not really how we do it in here, usually. We just kind of, you know, we share. We maybe critique. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's gigantic. All right. Hold on. All right. Yeah, so here we are. Fox, this is it, right? I'm saying this is the logo for your server. First off, I love the color palette. This is great. The orange and the teal, they go really well together. They complement. That's pretty awesome. I like the stylized lettering. Oh yeah, I figured. Wait, so you haven't like done anything in 5 years? That's pretty awesome. This is awesome considering you haven't, especially considering you haven't done anything. You wish you had a blizzard. No, Tico. Can you muster like a McFlurry, Frank? It's kind of like a blizzard. I mean, clearly they were trying to rip it off with the name a little bit. Ah, gotcha. All you did was a witch hat for your old icon, but it wasn't great. No, this is awesome. Like, this is nice. I know, I've noticed when you go live, I do see the notifications that you say the den is already, so I like how you tied it in. Yeah. The strong sense of channel identity and branding that I completely fail at doing, you've got that, so nice work. Yeah, this is great. I especially just love the color palette. It's awesome. But the lettering is good. Not that, like, I really like lettering. Lettering does not come easily to everyone, I've learned. I've been told this many times. Oh, nice. Frank tech support. Okay. I actually had announcements, maybe, kind of, sort of. I wrote them down. Yeah, so if you follow CoreToons at all, which is the kids educational comics project, what do I call this even? It started out as a Substack newsletter that we sent out about weekly during the school year. We did that for about a year and a half, and now we are in the last stages of getting ready to release our first digital magazine. So it's a new format. We do that with several creator friends of ours. It's like comics for kids ages grades kindergarten through 5th. And they've got like a little bit of educational comics content, some humor, and just kind of, yeah, it's a fun sort of maybe highlights-y sort of feel to it. Oh, you posted? Okay, the part 1. Okay, at the end of stream? All right, we'll do it at the end of stream. That's cool. I can live with that. But anyway, all that long-winded thing about CoreToons is to say next week I think we'll be ready to officially launch our first ever digital edition. So if you're interested in seeing what that format looks like, we have a preview right now up on our website, which I keep on forgetting to add a command for, but I will. Share that. Hold on. You know what? We just bring it on over. We'll just bring it on over. That's what we do. What? Pardon me. Again, did not prep literally anything. So I'm just grabbing this real quick in OBS. So yeah, we actually have a website now for CoreToons, which is pretty exciting stuff. You can see our fall preview there. I'll drop the URL in chat for anyone who's curious. We're very proud of it. We're still growing, still making stuff. This is the website right here. But yeah, we're having a good time. So that's like our founding creator team up there in the corner there. We have a YouTube channel that we are slowly populating. Eventually we'll make a push to get that all going. But here's kind of our main crew right now that's running the show. For anyone who's heard me talk about Ashley all the time, there she is. That's actually Ashley. She is real. She's a real person. And that's Ken Ralston and Sarah Giles, our other cartoonists. And yeah, we actually have a fall preview, or a summer issue preview in the new format. on a second. I thought that you just clicked the... All right, hold on. Technical difficulties because Jeff is not paying attention to what he's doing. All right. Well, there's a really small look at the summer preview. The whole thing is there, I swear. Oh my gosh. What? Substack. Wait, okay. Okay, Substack. Let's check it out. Just a moment. You can all just share this journey with me as I get through there. All right, cool. All right. So this is the actual summer preview, and this is pretty cool stuff. You can't hear it because I'm not capturing the audio, but we actually have like these page turn sounds that happen when you turn the page through the magazine. But yeah, this is our summer preview. It's pretty great. And this is the format that our new fall issue will be coming out in. And the fall issue is actually much bigger. Oh, thank you, Frank. So yeah, we've got comics, we've got activities, kind of just fun stuff, animation. It's good times. And actually for the fall issue, it's cool. I got to do an interview with our creator friend, Patrick Lugo, who's an overall awesome guy and might also be a Kung Fu master. At any rate, I got to chat with him a little bit about some of his comics. He contributed one for our fall issue. So anyway, that is the summer preview we've been looking at. The fall issue will hit next week. We did make the choice to sell it, but we also wanted our readers to be able to get it for free. So there's a few different ways that we've posted to do that. You can do either 3 referrals on Substack. I don't know why I did that. 3 referrals on Substack, or join our KidLit Council if you're a teacher, or if you are a parent, you can join our parent and kid tester group and get it for free. But if you are not interested in any of that, and you just kind of want the same kind of Substack format that we've been doing, we'll still be delivering that as well. Not weekly, but we'll still be sharing some of the content from each issue over Substack, as well as some things over probably YouTube and Instagram over time. So that's the CoreToons news. I didn't prep any of these shares. What was I doing? What was I doing with my life? Okay. The other one that I wanted to share. So some of you might recall that we were working for a few of our last few weeks on that Chandelure illustration, and that is now done. I did you might have noticed. I know I saw most of you there. We had a quiet stream, no mic, no camera, while I finished off the last little bits of the piece. And by the way, I can share what that finished piece looks like. I thought I had loaded Clip Studio, but it turns out that it had crashed. And now I've loaded it up properly. There we go. So this is what the finished piece looks like. I think it came out pretty good. I was quite pleased with it. And we got in and finished up the Zubats on Friday night last week, and then also added in the Murkrow over here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. It came out really well. So we were happy with it, and Ashley had an idea with the way that we had been doing kind of non-standard print formats for our GDQ donations that we had done. So she had this cool idea. Well, what if we offered it as a tote bag? So we did that. And actually you can find that. So it turns out we have a store on our website that I've just kind of never said anything about. But we do have it there. So you can actually order this as a tote bag. Obviously, it clips off some of the art, some of the extra Pokemon that you see, but it features Chandelure front and center. You got Hoot Hoot right on in there, and a little bit of the Murkrow. Mimikyu is another great one. Yeah, it's one of my kids uses it as one of their mains in Pokemon Scarlet, so it's quickly grown to star status in our household as well. But yeah, this was Ashley had the cool idea of what if we offered this as a tote bag, and so we did that. So actually, we do have a few things on our store, and this is no pressure on anybody. I just realized that I never had shared any of this with you guys, so I thought I'd mention it. Yeah, we do have some a few things. I do custom pet portraits. That's one thing that I've done. I've done oftentimes as prizes, like for raffles and things. Offered people free, or if they won the raffle, like a digital pet portrait. So I do offer those as well. I've had a couple of commissions on those too. Also, I have digital downloads of my first 3 sleeping Pokemon art pieces, which are the starters for the Paldea region. So of course that's Fuecoco, Quaxley, and Sprigatito. And then also we have the blanket, the Sonic 3 and Knuckles blanket that I did as a previous GDQ donation piece. That is also available for purchase. Anyway, you can check that all out. That's all at our website. I know our website. It's part of our socials link, so I'll just drop that. wagworksga.com. So yeah, that was the other big thing. It was crazy cool to see the Chandelure illustration on the tote bag. This Sonic one that I did, we had it shipped here first so I could quality control it or make sure it looked good before we sent it off to GDQ. And there was something just so incredibly satisfying about holding this like giant printed version of my own art. It was rather incredible. Anyway, yeah, so that's the website. That's what we're doing with the Chandelure piece. I'm pretty excited about it. It might make a good trick-or-treating bag. make it that for the kids. We'll see. Don't tell them. Shh. I'm trying to do a better job of actually like using the stuff that I've made and sharing it out there for people. Yeah. We'll see. Where am I hiding Daisy? I haven't seen Daisy in a while. I was gonna ask if you've seen her because I know you've streamed once or twice, and isn't she a mod for you? But yeah, I haven't, oh no. Well, I hope she turns up. She's always a pleasure to have in stream. That's for sure. Okay, let's see. For announcements, that's about everything, probably. Oh, and just in general, as you know, I'm a big supporter of the Games Done Quick organization. You can see their channel right here at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. They are in the middle of a marathon right now. It's not one of their mainline events, those being Awesome Games Done Quick and Summer Games Done Quick. This is their women and femmes only speedrunning group, the Frame Fatales, and they're running their summer-ish event, Flame Fatales 2025. So they're live right now, and they are raising money for Malala Fund, which is an excellent cause. So please do check them out. We may do our usual like Jeff attempts to raid them but can't actually raid them at the end of stream. We'll see. But yeah, they're just an excellent, the Fatales are an excellent supportive community, and some crazy awesome runs going on over there. They might. I've seen once or twice, like within the week that I've tried to raid during events, I've thought I've seen raids come in, but that was before I was an affiliate as well. So I was curious if maybe they just had, like, you had to be at least an affiliate or something like that. I'm not quite sure. You know, or they could be vetting each one and they're just like, yeah, well, we don't really know you. Because I'm not a super active chatter, really, in any channel. I probably chat the most in my own channel with you guys. I'm a lurker. It happens. But also, I'm usually not directly next to my phone or computer when I'm watching Twitch. I'm usually doing dishes or working. They can have a whitelist for raids. Maybe that's it. One of these days we're gonna get through, just succeed with the raid, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be so happy. But for now, we can keep trying. I support the channel. Big fans of what they're doing and the causes they support, and just the incredible community they build. I think last I looked, what were they even running? It was Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, I think. Learn C# for you. Why would I mean, it sounds cool. There was a point in my life where I'm like, yes, I want to learn every programming language. But I quickly realized I didn't have time or brain space for that. But I've been learning that it turns out Gemini is a really good helper for coding. Oh, you're learning Unity? That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's another one of those. I think I downloaded like a really old version of the engine like 10 years ago with all these grand aspirations of like, I'm gonna make games, look at me. And I also didn't learn that. It goes along the list with like Blender. Started, didn't finish learning. I was trying to learn Swift. I think it was Swift. Was that one Apple's language that they were gonna do, that they released? What was it? There's another one. Yeah, there's just a bunch. It turns out if I don't have a thing that forces me to do it every day, it's really hard to learn. Oh, you already know C++. That'll do it. I took a course on C++ a long time ago. But that's about it. In fact, until about 2012, all that I really wrote was Bash and Python scripting. That was it. Or Bash and Fortran, sorry. And Python is what I picked up. I finally forced myself to actually do a project in it, and that helped out a lot. Still learning. It's not pretty. My code reviews are, you know, there's a lot of revisions that come back, but I'm learning. Bash is just a shell. So there's, you know, just standard shell scripts. Bash has a flavor of that. Corn shell, all of those. They run on Linux. And so they're just scripts that you run. They can run on startup, like Bash profile usually runs if you're in the Bash shell on startup in Linux, but Bash script is just essentially any script that's built with system commands that use the command line syntax and things like that. We use it a lot on the supercomputers. Like we have Bash scripts. Well, we have job schedulers that run job cards that run Bash scripts that run Fortran and Python programs. You hated it? Wait, what part did you hate? Bash scripting? I was really... Wait, what? Walmart has a crazy meteorologist center. Please tell me more about this. By the way, when I was in grad school for meteorology, I was terrible at Bash scripting. I didn't take the time to learn it. I sometimes would run scripts that other people wrote, but I invented something I called... what did I even call it? It was not good scripting. I wasn't even actually scripting. I would just run a command that took a really long time, and then while it was going, I would just spam all my other commands, even if they had typos. And it was, yeah, just essentially buffering my commands. Oh, yeah. A lot of corporations do. I had a friend... Wait. Was that his dad? I had a friend whose at, or maybe he just told me about it. Yeah, like Burger King, fast food restaurants, like they all employ meteorologists because they need to know where the weather conditions have been good, where there's going to be big crops of their main ingredients, where they can get things more cheaply, where it's going to be more expensive, so they can estimate costs. They care a lot about shipping, which is majorly impacted by the weather. So yeah, a place like Walmart, because they carry both produce and have to deal with shipping, it makes absolute sense that they would have that kind of thing. Because like the better they can do keeping track of that, the more they can cut costs. They can find like, okay, this place probably had a bumper crop of this year, or this place is getting, their growing season is majorly impacted, so we know these prices are going to go up, so we better start looking for alternatives. Meteorologists do all sorts of jobs. It's crazy when you realize how many different types of meteorologists there actually are. Also, okay. Yeah, I can believe that. Is this your first round with it, or have you had it before? Because we had... Well, you saw me. You guys saw me back in February when I decided to stream while I was still sick. We're pretty sure that was one of the newer strains of COVID, and I think I might have gotten it in 21, which sucked because we were so careful. We even like quarantined our packages, like if we didn't need it immediately, like you can just stay out in the garage. We get groceries, we'd like disinfect the outsides, and then we're like, okay, well, we're gonna, everyone's being careful and masking, so we're gonna go to family's house for Christmas, and like that. Yeah, I got it. It was like I tested it negative, but I had a cough that persisted for over a month. Yeah, it sucks. And everyone that I've talked to, even with a fairly good variety in the symptoms, has been like, yeah, it just sucks. And it just takes you out. Like your energy level and everything just stinks for a while. I'm glad that, you said today you're feeling a little bit better. I'm glad maybe you're on a little bit of an upward swing. I hope it accelerates. Oh, you're one of the people that lost your taste. Oh no. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, I wish that things had gone differently, and that maybe we had hunkered down long enough to kind of shut it down further before it just kind of was able to make a resurgence and start mutating. Today's the first day you can sit at your desk. Yeah, I mean that's hard, but also that sounds like everything I've heard about it. I'm glad you're back to your normal self. That's good. So I just realized it's 10:35 and I have not even started warm up. So I'm gonna do that. Let me I think I have clip open. I do have clip open. Thanks, Ray. All right, let's see. I should probably start a timer, get my timer open. All right, so here's the deal with warm up. If you have been here before, you know that I would like to warm up with Pokemon. I used to use the Pokemon cards until I started running through almost all of the cards that we had in the house. So now I use the random Pokemon generator, which is very handy indeed. So I'm going to generate 3 random base evolution Pokemon and pick one of those that will be my 5-minute warm-up. Let's see what we get. All right, Electrike, Omanite, and oh, Hisuian Sneasel. Interesting. I think I'm gonna go with Omanite. It's an interesting one. I do really like the Hisuian Sneasel, but I'm trying to figure out how I would differentiate it from a lot of the other ones. But Omanite is very interesting. I don't know. Kind of going back and forth. Maybe we'll do Hisuian Sneasel. I just really like it. I mean, also I really like Electrike, but I think we've done that one before. Let me check. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Just checking in here. Yeah, we did Electrike on November 17th, 2023. Did we do any Sneasel? No. Did we do Omanite? We did not do Omanite. Okay. So it's down between those two. Eventually I will start allowing repeats, but for now I'm gonna try to keep it off repeats. Let's see. All right, let's just do Hisuian Sneasel. I can do this. I'm gonna get a. I can do this. I can work with this. Let's see. First up, I'm going to hop over here. I'm gonna grab a reference. Oh my gosh, my nose just started itching. What is up with that? Can you stop? Yeah, I think this is a cute one. This is a cute one. Get my reference in, label my layer. I totally forgot to put the Pokemon name on there last time. Fox is having his first strong layer issues. They grow up so fast. Yeah, I never do that anymore. Yep. Fox, you're in good company. I do this pretty much every single night. More or less. Yeah. I'm just gonna change the font. When your kids have been using Clip Studio and change it to a font that you don't want. Inexcusable. Wait. Why did you not select everything? What? Since when does Control A not select everything? Hello? Alright. This should be nice and clear for my video editor, aka Ashley. Your guest in VC? Oh, voice chat. Sorry. My brain sometimes, it has the trouble keeping up. Voice call. Nice. Do old man voice. Okay, fine, whatever. Youngsters. Hi, my name's Jeff, and today we're going to talk about the benefits of an AARP membership. They said they needed someone famous, so I told them I was TikTok famous. None of them watched it, so they believed me. Okay, so I think I'm actually ready to start now. I don't know what I'm doing right now. But I'm going to start the 5-minute timer. You are welcome and encouraged to draw along. You can draw the Pokemon. You can draw any of the 3. You can draw something entirely different. Really, it's just this is a warm-up to loosen up and kind of get our brains into art mode. So here we go. 5 minutes. Start now. Thanks, Frank. I know, I just talked for so long. It's been another like 5-10 minutes since I started. For me, I like to do sleeping Pokemon for my warm-up. So maybe, I know I typically do this like branch situation. Maybe I'll switch it up and have the tree on this side. I feel like for some Pokemon I end up doing it just so similarly. But I do use sleeping Pokemon for a couple of good reasons. One, it's a limitation I put on myself to actually spark creativity and prevent me from spending forever thinking about the pose. Number 2, they're cute. And also number 3, as you can see, I've kind of got a whole thing going with sleeping Pokemon, and I like to be able to add to that. So we got kind of like, I imagine this one is in the trees. I don't know why I just assumed that you'd find it in a tree, but that's what I'm gonna go with. Something like that. Clear this line out of the way. Actually, we'll do something like this because I want to feature the claws front and center. That's kind of one of the defining characteristics of this Pokemon. All right, scoot this up a little bit. Seems good. Actually, it's just 2, so not 3. All right. Did anybody see they're doing a Nintendo Direct tomorrow? Curious what they're gonna announce. I'm really hoping. I think this year is Mario's 40th anniversary. Birthday, however you want to call that. I'm really hoping that they will re-release the Mario 3D All-Stars for Switch. They released it for the 35th anniversary, and then they delisted it from the eShop after like the year had passed or whatever. So it was like, yeah, it has I think remasters of Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. Buy you a Switch 2. Can I buy my children a Switch 2 first before that? If they're listening, they'd probably be like, Dad said he's gonna buy us a Switch 2, sweet! Which is not quite what I promised here. Tell you what though, Donkey Kong Bonanza, when I first saw the footage of it, I was kind of like, really, Donkey Kong? That's kind of an interesting choice. But then again, I never played a lot of the Donkey Kong Country games as a kid. That was like during my Sega Genesis era, largely. But seeing people playing that game, it looks really fun. Oh, nice. Very cool. Frank, I think you're a pretty gifted teacher. That could actually work out really well. I think the body is a little bit too large for the head. I might just make the head bigger. That's the easier way I can do this. Yeah, something about this posing is not quite right. So you're just looking to kind of be a general teacher, like take like subbing, or do you want to specialize in a certain subject, or just kind of get whatever you can find? It looks a little bit like an Abra, actually, before you start drawing in all the extra stuff. That's interesting. I never noticed that before. All right, that is timer. I'm gonna pencils down. Do it for secondary education. Oh, that's cool. Figured you get hired as a computer science teacher. Well, Frank, that's really cool. I think that could be a good matchup, a good match for you, honestly. All right. This isn't quite there as a sketch. I like the idea. I think the sizing and proportions are not quite right. What's interesting to me is that the Hisuian Sneasel is kind of tweaked a little bit to have the really long arms, long and heavy arms, and I don't think I quite caught that. The body, I think, is a little bit too long. The arms need to be made bigger for the size that I made the head, so maybe shrink the body a little bit and maybe reduce the head size a little bit. It's not quite there. I like the idea, but if I was going to come back to this, I definitely see that there's some work to do to get it kind of where I would want to go before I start really going into even pencils. Because I think if you don't get the proportions right in the sketch phase, it's just going to plague you the entire way through the piece. So this is okay, but I feel like I have done better for sure. But that's the entire point of the warm-up. So I'm okay with it. Okay. Well, gosh, what do I want to work on tonight? I've got lots of options. We could start a new CoreToons. We could continue on, like, I've got the Kingdom Hearts piece that I still have not finished. Got some slice of life comic ideas that Ashley and I have been working on. I've got some t-shirt designs that I've been thinking of. So one of these days I want to submit something to the Yeti. I think that would be super cool. What else do I want to do? There's so many different things I can do. What's up, Frank? What do I want to work on? Right, I'm going to save this one first. I want to save the idea, even if I want to tweak this underlying sketch quite a bit before I would ever move forward on it. What? Actually do something for stream? Are you kidding me? Stop robbing you of your emote potential. You're right. You're right. I need to do some emotes. We can do some emotes. That sounds fun. I like that. Today is the 11th. Oh yeah, it's September 11th. Oh, whoa, thank you, Fox. Alright, well then I definitely have to do emotes with that vote. With that show of support. Thank you so much, that is super appreciated. Alright. Hold on a second. My brain just kind of rebooted momentarily there. That was weird. I have an emo, yeah, template. Yeah, there we go. It's me. It's me. Thank you so much for the bits, Fox, and for the adorable corgi that accompanied it. All right. I keep seeing him go live during my workday, but it's never at a time where I'm able to hop on. I did give him the follow per your recommendation. Yep, the barf or chunks. That's good. That's good. And the gasp. All right. So let me hold on. I need to remember what emotes I even have. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Emotes. All right. Did I ever upload? Okay, I've got Ashley, I've got Mog, I've got the generic hype one that Twitch gave me, and I've got the spinning me. So, all right. So these are the ones that I have made so far. He made both of those yesterday. I will say there's something really great about working on, I mean, really any spot art, but especially I think emotes after doing like a big, more detailed illustration where you can just focus on a single part of it. So I think I only have one animated emote slot. Is that right? No, I have 25 animated emote slots. What am I even talking about? But tier 1 is 5, and I want to keep everything there. So, Frank, is it time for Goose to make his debut? I swear I can talk. Wow, words are hard, guys. Should I do one, or would that be one that I should commission you for? You should have 5? Okay. Yeah, I have 5 slots for tier 1. Although it's interesting when I go to my library, I can have up to 25 in my library and just 5 active. Gotcha. Goose making his debut. I think Goose needs to be animated. What should Goose be doing? What do we want to do? Oh, that's gigantic. Let me just use my 30-point pen here. No. Casting a fishing rod. Casting a fishing rod. Interesting. Fishing for rage. Now that sounds like Goose. Yes, very much so. All right. Okay, that is clearly too large. He's already looking beautiful. I mean, it's Goose. How could it not? Now, do you think Goose should be actually like casting the rod? Because we could do that. It's going to be a little more involved, but we could do that. Or we could have it just like... I think casting would be funnier. What if... Not this. And what if we made it like boiling lava? Like fishing for rage and like boiling lava? I don't know. We can do that part later. First things first will be the animation. So, all right, okay. This is gonna be an adventure. So this will be sketches. I'm labeling my layers here, getting organized. 1, 2. Turn that off. Love the rage sign. We can definitely keep that in regardless. Oh, I didn't want you to be 50%. I wanted the whole sketch folder to be 50%. There we go. Maybe to get him in there a little better, I should do this a little bit smaller. So what I'll do is duplicate this and then resize the duplicate a little bit so we can get the casting action. Ah, battery says time to stop drawing. So when I was doing the streaming on Friday, the no cam, no mic, I was doing it while we were watching TV, just chilling on the sofa, and it turns out my my art laptop streaming and doing, you know, playing the background music and doing Clip Studio drains down the battery really fast, because by like an hour in I had to run off and plug in, or else it was about to die. So I learned that was exciting. All right, so I like this. As much as I hate to make Goose smaller, I like this for the size. You know though, Fox, I'm glad that you're enjoying your drawing time enough to be sad when it's over. All right, so how do we want to do this? Maybe I should nail down the lines for the initial pose first, and then I can animate it. Oh no, you're just gonna. Oh, you're on the subscription. Oh, we could also chibi Goose out a little bit more if we wanted to further distinguish it from this emote from like your usual style. What would you think about that? Would you want Goose to be chibified further? Although, Frank, I think you might have lucky timing. I don't know if it's lucky. You like that a lot? Okay, let's do that. I was just checking out. Nope, I don't want the Japanese language. I'm not that far in my Duolingo yet. Hold on. I mean, yes, I could have it translate, or I could just pick the English version. There we are. I think they're running a sale right now, or they're about to run a sale on Clip Studio. Yeah. Clip Studio 4 is 60% off. So do you do a single device subscription? Because it looks like you have multi-device. Okay. Let's take a look. But it's a good sale. Where's the multi-device? Oh, is the multi-device not on sale? No. Okay. Well, I don't know what the multi-device cost is right now, but the single device right now, subscription for Clip for Pro version 4.0 is looks like $10.79, like $10.79. Is that for a whole year? That can't be right. That's amazing. So I usually just buy the perpetual license. Although ironically, I could probably just, do that because like the Pro perpetual license right now is $23.40. Jeff talking like it's a CSP. Well, I'm just saying there's a really good sale happening right now. And you may want to, if you're out and need to re-up, it's a good time to do that. Anyway, all right. Tell you what, we're gonna chibify Goose, but I also really have to use the bathroom. So first things first, we're right at 11:04, so just past kind of my usual break time. I'm gonna go ahead and do that break. I'm gonna run a minute ad. I'll be away for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we'll come back and we will get this Goose going. Yeah, I still haven't made any of those commands yet. Yeah, I need to add some commands. I am gonna at some point, I swear, guys, I'm gonna invest more time in getting stream together. Okay. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you guys to Be Right Back screen. I'm gonna run a minute ad, and I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. So have a good break, and we will get back to Goose when I get back. See you in a few. All right. Okay, I suppose I deserve that. So yes, that's apparently our new break command. Jeff will be back in 5 minutes if he remembered to bring his walker. Ironically, we do own a walker. Although it's not for me, it's for our kiddo with epilepsy. They fatigue pretty quickly if we're doing like, especially if we're going out to the parks. Actually, we use a wheelchair for him now, a kiddo wheelchair, and we just wheel him around most of the time because it's a lot of walking, and we worry about triggering a lot of seizures by over fatiguing him. But we do have a walker. We do. It doesn't get as much use these days, but yeah. I mean, I could use it. I could use it if need be. All right, let's chibify this goose. Why did I do that? Deselect. No. How chibi can we chibi? Nope, that's not quite. Hold on. Let me zoom out a little bit. I don't want to. We can go bigger. Oh, that is, yeah. There we go. Starting to get there. That's pretty good. So I do need to adjust a few things then. Adjust that down. You have 30 Clippy? Honestly, I love the login events that they have where you can get like a few hundred Clippy just by like logging in and clicking a button. I have so many unused Clip Studio materials though that I've gotten either with the free Clippy or that have been just on their free stuff. I'm like, I should probably try these sometime. Some of them look kind of great. Okay, so our line size thicknesses got a little inconsistent thanks to the resizing. So let's beef up Goose a little bit. That looks pretty good. So Frank, what do you intend to do with your 30 Clippy? Fallen being mean, she would never. Categorically, I can say she would never. At least not to you. He asked you what you did today after you told him you were tired. I'm assuming there's more to this, but this scenario is somewhat relatable. Okay, I feel like that's a good start on the sketch. I'm probably not the final lines on it. Also, feet need to be a little bigger, don't they? Yeah. So I should erase this. Yeah. Oh, you had to. That's rough. What is the bad word in question, by the way? Okay. You knew about my day. Sorry, I'll just like the sound of that. Bestie? No, I appreciate you endeavoring to keep this family friendly. Thank you, Frank. And wait a minute, and she slapped you? Do you guys have a slap sound in your soundboard? Because that would be hilarious. Babe is not a bad word. Frank, I believe you every single time. Every time. Every time. Why do I fall for it? How do I fall for it? Okay, no, she's gaslit. Can we get Goose all the way in here? Maybe we can get Goose all the way in. So this is just kind of ending up being my pencils that I'm doing here. So close. So close. Okay, so I'll turn off the sketch layer because I don't need that any longer. This is pretty good. Turn the paper just for sketching. Okay, I can scoot this over a little bit more just to make sure Goose gets his space. Okay. Yeah, Frank? All right. I don't even know what to call this emote when it's done. Wait, childcare is free in New Mexico? How is that? How is that possible? I mean, that's incredible if that's the case, but wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. Let's do some sketches to try to get the motion for the fishing. This we'll see how this goes. Maybe. The feet would be in roughly the same piece. You just need to be a resident. But that's really, really cool. Honestly. Okay, so the body would have to be like... So I want to keep most of the body the same as in the final frame. something like that. And because that was like when we made the decision to bring home our second child, to adopt, Ashley and I looked at it. We were both working full time at that point in time, and like we ran the numbers on it, and we're like, well, we could both continue our jobs and double our childcare costs, at which point that essentially is taking up one whole income, or we could reduce the stress of a full-time job. Although granted, being a full-time parent isn't a good term because you're always a full-time parent, even if you're working. But being an at-home parent is not necessarily less stressful than any given job. But we looked at the numbers as like, well, you know, we can either one of us just kind of, you know, retires or goes, you know, at-home parent, or, you know, double up the daycare costs. We're like, well, if we have the chance to be closer to our kids, let's just, you know, have one of us be at home. That's when Ashley made the decision to do that. Although I did kind of ask to also potentially be the one to do that. Okay, actually what I want to do is so I need a new timeline. How long should this be? $12 frames? 24. Let's try 2 seconds. You can always adjust this later. Okay. Turn on onion skin. Okay. So pulling back a little bit further. So start the forward motion with the head here. Starting to turn a little bit back. Yeah, this is just going to be kind of a sketch. I lost the long neck somewhere along the way in these sketches. Rod's gonna come down here. Okay, we're doing okay so far. What's that? Just jump into a custom animation project? Not a problem. Maybe soften the expression a little bit. A little bit. You hate animating so much. I don't know. I like it actually quite a bit. It's just, it definitely takes some patience. This is where the string will start to come out. Don't lose the shape of the head. That eye got really big really fast. It's a definite workout for sure doing the animation stuff, but I like it. So I figure once I get the animation sketch in, I can then line over it pretty easily. I don't know. What's easy anyway? Who knows? Nobody knows. I don't know. At some point the head's gonna stop moving. Nobody knows. It's good. Actually, I need to pay attention to the neck here, because this is where Goose's long neck would be. Nobody would believe you if I started. For what it's worth, you have developed a bit of a reputation as a fibber, but a friendly, joking one. Wait, what happened here? This is gonna be weird. That got weird. Okay, okay. Stepping forward. So here we'll assign, oh goodness. Layer 8, seems good. Next. Layer 9. Unassign these guys. All right, so now okay, this is a start. She's doing it right now. This is like one of those situations in the TV show where they have like the doppelganger and they're fighting over, you know, they're battling and they're like, which one do I shoot? Which one? I have no idea. The moral of the story, don't trust me with a gun. That's it, plain and simple. So I think at this point the head's going to be largely stationary. Something like that. Not bad. So yeah, I think the string would end up going over the top here. Maybe like the wave here. Yep, that seems right. Now, if I was smart, I would have just done the keyframes first to figure out the key actions and then done the in-betweens. But I didn't do that. So I'm just going to keep going with it this way. At this point, most of the action is going to be in the string. My autobiography is titled "If I Was Smart." Same, very same. Actually. Why haven't they remastered Rogue Squadron? They remastered Dark Forces. Like, you'd think, if they're in the business of remastering classic Star Wars games. Your very first video game? Really? That's cool. Oh, this should go in front. Blew your mind that holding the Z button let you free spin in the... You were 3 when you played your first game. That's awesome. I guess I was probably around the same age. Probably. Clearly it's at that age where it's like I don't have the clearest memory. It's just going off my parents' stories, but probably somewhere around there. For my technical first video game. I always think of like Mario was the first one that I owned, and it was a system that was like, here, little Jeff, you can play it. That's really cool that it was bundled with Rogue Squadron. I knew about like the Luigi's Mansion bundles and all that, but I wasn't aware about Rogue Squadron. Rogue. I don't know what's happening with my voice and accent right now. It's probably fine. Nope, gravity would dictate that this thing keeps falling. Something like here. Okay, so you had seen Star Wars. This makes sense, of course. Actually, let's hold on. Let's not slowly deform Goose's head over time. Better. Have a little smile slowly starting. Why Goose is smiling as he's fishing in the lake of rage, I don't know. It just seems appropriate. It's like he's a baby. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Yeah, I think technically my first favorite game was for the Atari 2600. It was, I mean, we had, you know, Space Invaders. We had Commando Raid, which is like the one where you're the turret, and there's like the planes flying overhead dropping parachuters, and you have to defend it. And then there was Space Jockey was my favorite one, which was actually like a side-scrolling shooter. So you had to, you know, you were like a UFO and you're blasting other UFOs, basically. But as you were scrolling from right to left. And that was my start. We had like a TI-99 as well, which I don't remember much of, but my parents said I actually transcribed a whole program in BASIC into that. And then really when I remember gaming was when I got the NES with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. And then picked up a few games for that over time. Like Mario 3 was a huge one for me. Rescue Rangers, that was a big one. Double Dragon, another super favorite. Battletoads. Ooh, Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. That was a fun one. It came with like a book this thick. But it was super fun to play. I liked that one a lot. No, Space Invaders difficulty progression was an accident? Really? No, I didn't know that. That's super fun. Make it a little bit more apparent that Goose is smiling with each frame. I did find a good YouTube video series that taught how to program a like a Space Invaders clone using Pygame. Which I meant to look a little more at that. So the more you blow up aliens, the less memory is being used, the faster the game runs, the harder the game gets. Oh, that makes sense. I get that. I know this game. What game is this? It's Animal Crossing. This is Animal Crossing music. It goes super hard, but it is indeed. Okay, 1 second. Gonna look this one up to jam out to later. HUD and general offensive. Interesting. All right. All right. We're back to it. Cheap viewers on streamview.com. Yeah, no thanks, guys. Sorry. That's not how we roll. Alright, let's get back to this. We're almost there. So actually we can have the water surface be like right here. Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, do you remember the phenomena that was Flappy Bird? I mean, there's still clones of it, like at Dave & Buster's. That's crazy stuff when I think about it. Slowly moving more and more down. He's resuming in as he's doing it. I mean, I've certainly done worse animation. I mean, well, I've done a little worse animation. This is probably the biggest like hand animation project I've done. It's fun though. Looks very Disney-ish. Well, that would be a lot of my inspiration, I suppose. Oh, right, I forgot the top of the bobber. All right, what are we at? Frame 19? Nope. Here it'll bobbed up a little bit again. All right, just about there. We're almost at time. I will not start lining this tonight because I feel like that's gonna be a an even bigger time investment, and I do need to actually sleep tonight. But I'm really happy with how this is coming along. Oh, nice. Are you working on the comic that you started last week? Oh, and we need Fallen's Dessert of the Week presentation. Oh man, I better wrap up fast so we have time for that. Nice. Slight bob up, and then it'll sink back down next frame. I love this song. Spirit Unplugged from Final Fantasy X. Okay. Then it'll sink back down again. I mean, do I have to redraw Goose every frame of this? Probably not. It's just good practice, right? Practicing consistency. All right, so it's bobbing down. So we got like one more frame basically. Keep the water level the same. Wouldn't see the line really at all. think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty proud of this one, honestly. Okay. So perhaps next week we'll work. Well, first off, if you're feeling good, Frank, next week we can work on the Magma comic together. If not, that's cool. I can keep working on this one because I'm really happy with how this is coming out. this is fun. Okay. All right, I'm gonna end my drawing portion here. Save this here guy. Yeah. Yes, Magma next week for sure. We'll see. You know what? We'll plan on it and we'll see how you're feeling. No worries. Either way. In the meantime, is Fallen around? Fallen, are you here? Do you want to? Is it cool if I do your dessert of the week? Is that all right? Yeah, I can do the dessert of the week while you are lettering. She shared it? Okay. Did she wish to be present? I know she had a close and open, so I don't want to... As long as she's cool with me sharing it on stream, that's cool. Okay, cool. All right, let me get this open. And I love this. So this is the first one that you ever made? Just tired? Understandable. Yeah. All right, let me... What am I doing? Where are you? Okay, there. Okay, hold on. First order, but you did other cakes before that. All right, I'm just gonna give this like the full camera chunk here. Love this. So what is it for a first order? Is just like your full, like what was different in this one than the other cakes that you had worked on? The writing was not you. Okay. Okay, so the other cakes were for the cake case in the store. Very nice. Well, I mean, I always appreciate a good Star Wars cake. It's cool seeing this compared with your previous ones that you shared, like seeing how much like you grew as you worked on them. Because did those have writing on them? This one is whipped icing. Like everything on it is the whipped. I don't super know my icings. I know like buttercream, and I am aware of whipped, and then of course I know fondant. But I really am not super aware of the strengths and weaknesses of all the different ones. So is there something that's like the ones from last week were buttercream? Did you have a type of icing that you preferred to work in? You didn't work with fondant? You just know that fondant is gross. Over the years, and having, had enough fondant, I feel like I'm cool with it in general, although I definitely prefer other frosting types. Probably ultimate favorite is like a chocolate ganache frosting. Once you got used to it, you liked whipped. Is it harder to work with than buttercream? Buttercream was difficult. Okay, gotcha. Cream cheese. Oh, that's right. I forgot about cream cheese frosting. Is that like what, carrot cake? Does carrot cake, is that the one that usually mostly uses cream cheese, or are there lots of them? Cream cheese is the worst. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just apparently deeply staring into Darth Vader's eyes for a second. I don't know. This is fun. I definitely... It is? Okay. I definitely like ending the stream with desserts and Frank comics. This is fun. You only use cream cheese for the gourmet recipe, or gourmet cupcakes? That makes sense. Yeah. Sorry, just looking up the song for later. So wait, I forgot, how long did you work in the bakery? Or the Sam's Club bakery? It seems like that would be a place where you would get like a ton of practice. A year and a half. Oh, that's awesome. It seems like something that would be so, like, it's such a cool skill to have, but like how are you going to practice it constantly, right? Like, you're not just going to bake a dozen cakes on your own and like just practice decorating them. I mean, I guess you could, but that seems challenging. Although one time, oh my gosh. So for one of our kiddos, they said they wanted like a rainbow birthday cake, like a month or two out. So Ashley did like she got a bunch of the cake mix. She made a bunch of like all the colored layers, all the rounds, and made it. And they're like, I don't really want it, or I really like the cake. So we froze a bunch of it, and it was pretty awesome because for 6 months we had like cake regular. Not healthy, but absolutely delicious. That was, I happily remember that time. It's funny. It's good times. Frank, how's your lettering coming, by the way? Just checking. Just finished? Excellent. Excellent. I will say, you're doing awesome for recovering from COVID, jumping in on a comic. That's pretty impressive. Let the art heal you. All right, I see it in Discord. I will pull it on up. Bingo, bango. Pew. Sorry, I can't resist. I can't help it. It's just me. Oh, you know what? I gave Goose too sharp of a beak. I like how you do the rounded, the oval beak. Looks really good. I consider training. Wait, was the dialogue in here last week? Or this is different dialogue? You tweaked it. I like it. Honestly, like I like all of it. I think for some reason my favorite part is the pose with Lucy in panel 2 with her hands in her her pocket, the front pocket. But yeah, this came out really well. I like how you did it. I like the continue with the rounded corners on the frames. I don't know, Frank. You've just really you have such a natural ability to do that like really just good like Sunday funny type vibe with the pacing where it's just, you know, it's just right. I like how you do it. Oh, yeah. I see it. I think I get the movement. I see the movement in her hair a bit here. I see it in the tree. I think if you wanted to, you could go bigger on that. I get, especially with this bush and this, I like the sense of motion in this. The clouds also kind of give it here. Like this one feels especially fluid and I like the movement in it. And the grass on their feet was fun each time. Yeah. No, this is really good. I like this a lot. Good work. Finally, the Lucy Goosey community getting the new content they've been clamoring for. Absolutely. Worth the wait. Somehow I'm Jeff and take weeks on comics. Yeah, I deserve that one. That's okay. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You know, one of these days, the tables will turn and I will actually be faster than you. Unless, hopefully that's just me getting faster and not you getting slower. I mean, but also, like, did you work on this since, like, last week? Because if you came down with COVID, like, late in the weekend, that's not that much time. This is the first different Lucy Goosey. Yeah, I mean, doing something in a new style, new adjustment also takes a little bit of time, for sure. There's something fundamentally different with Goose. Oh, all right. Fundamentally different with Goose. Let's take a look. He always has arms and wings now. Okay. I didn't pick up on that, but I see it now. I guess I would have had to have been more astute in viewing the other ones to note that he sometimes they just simplified in with his body. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. You want to keep it visible. I think that in some ways that can help things read a little bit more cleanly with the motions and gives, I mean, just having them visible, you can have all sorts of little things that kind of give a little bit of a sense of his mood and posture based on, you know, how even against his body they work. I mean, the biggest one would be like panel 4. It would have blended in the old style, right? correct. Okay. Yeah. In the old style, the wing wouldn't be there. I'll tell you what. If you keep it up over time and eventually, you know, Loosey Goosey picks up more steam or gets picked up somewhere, you know, people could look back and see like, oh, look at the difference in how Frank used to draw it. Look at these changes. I think it's kind of fun stuff. I know. My tried and true example is Jim Davis in Garfield. Looking back at, like, I still remember as a kid getting like the first book of Garfield comics and being like, who is this? Garfield looks so different. But it's cool. Like it's when you see changes over time, you're getting the chance to see the artist's growth and thought process. And I think that's super cool. Yeah, it's super fun to see how someone like decides like, oh, this would actually work better this way. Or, you know, they're playing around with stuff. It's the same way. I don't know if you read Penny Arcade at all. They are a webcomic that is still going after like 20 years. I read them in undergrad. Never heard of it. Oh, okay. So first of all, not a kid safe comic just due to language and just general topics that they discuss. It is a gaming oriented comic. So yeah, Frank, it's just pennyarcade.com. You should. They're pretty funny. They actually were part of what got me thinking more about comics, or got me back thinking about comics during college. I drew them a lot as a even in elementary school and through junior high and high school. But I guess I started thinking about webcomics as like, oh, maybe I can make these and put them on or comics as something I could put out on the internet and share, even if I was just putting it on my like GeoCities webpage and sharing it with, you know, a handful of friends. It was partially due to them. I think Mega Tokyo was another one that I read at the time a little bit, but at any rate, because Penny Arcade is something that has been going on for 20 plus years. If you look at the first comics and you look at like today's comics, they are completely different. The artist, Mike Krahulik, like you can see like his growth and his decision making, and it's just super cool. I love that kind of thing. It's really interesting to me. Gonna try doing some more loosey goosey scripts. So writing some more for you to come to draw out later. That's awesome. Like I think I speak for a lot of people when I say more loosey goosey. Absolutely. For a second, I was like imagining you posting like the script on Instagram, like a picture of a Word document. I'm like, Also to see if I can make sense out of our Magma one. I think we had a pretty clear storyline in that one, especially considering the fact we wrote it on the fly, or you wrote a lot of that one on the fly. All right, here's what we're gonna do. It's 12:20. I need to wrap up soon, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up. We'll take a quick look. That's not it. What am I even? That's not what I wanted. My art, that's the one. All right. We'll just take a quick look. Do I even have, oh, Magma is its own. Oh wow, I haven't done this since I changed. Yeah, I updated my background. All right, get ready for a blast from the past. Yeah, he steals the car. Wait, that's the wrong window. I did that in a different one. Hold on. Ugh. What am I doing? I'll just recapture it. That's fine. Even more of a blast from the past. Yep. All right, hold on. Yep. There we go. Here it is. Yeah, this is what we were working on. You forgot the plot. Yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing this one, like getting back to this one and finishing off. This was fun. So we'll hop in next week. No worries. No worries. That's true. Yeah. And was this gonna be black and white? I forget. Probably, like all of them are. Okay. Well, yeah, we should definitely be able to finish that one then next week. All right. All right. So, as long as you're feeling good, it's not a huge deal if you're not, but yeah, we'll plan on doing it if you're feeling up for it next week, and then maybe you can get back to this emote. That'd be fun too. So it's the Loosey Goosey crossover event everyone has wanted. You'll write another 4-panel in case we finish too quick. Okay. That sounds good. All right. So it's 12:23. I need to wrap. So next week, you heard it. Frank and I will be, assuming everyone's feeling good, we'll be working on finishing up that comic and Magma. We'll be drawing together, and then maybe starting another one. Who knows? We'll see. So we'll see where the night takes us on that. And that'll be next Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time. That is my regular schedule time. If you want more Loosey Goosey comics, you should definitely follow Frank over on Instagram. That is Instagram at the handle Loosey Goosey Comic. Frank has gone ahead and dropped that in chat there with the command. Likewise, you can check out Ashley and my socials. We are WagWorksGA here on Twitch, also on YouTube and Instagram. You can also check out our website at wagworksga.com, which is also where you can purchase some of my my video game fan art. We have digital downloads of the Paldean starters, cute sleeping Pokemon prints, as well as a tote bag of the Chandelure illustration we just finished, and the Sonic the Hedgehog blanket that we did as a GDQ piece last year, yeah, and we are planning on bringing the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening beach towel over too. So that's the plan. If you're interested, it's fun. I don't usually plug our stuff, so I'm trying to remember to do that. What else is? Yeah, that's it. That's everything for tonight, guys. Thank you, Frank, for coming by. Thank you, Fox. It was good chatting with you. Fallen, thank you as well. I hope you get a good rest after your long day. Frank, I hope you're feeling better soon. Glad you're starting to feel better at least. So that's awesome. For anybody else who's here, whether you were lurking, whether you're watching this over on YouTube or watching the VOD on Twitch, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for just watching and letting me share this with you. It brings me a lot of joy to do that, and that's a great way to support me. If you want to show further support and you like what you saw, you can follow here on Twitch. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can drop a like on YouTube. You can leave a comment. There's lots of options you can do, but any of it supports me, and I sure do appreciate it. Yeah, I will never call out lurkers. This is a very lurk positive environment. But I think that's all that I have. So I will plan on being back next Thursday Also, last Friday I did a unannounced quiet stream from the sofa while I was drawing while Ash and I were watching TV. So I may try to do some of those. I'm still working out the format. I didn't know if I did a great job with chat. I was like not 100% there. Trying to figure out the right way to do that. Because I either have to jump back and forth on my art computer or have like our family laptop next to me and try to manage chat through there. Either way, I wasn't sure it was so effective. Just unprepared when it happened. Me too. Yeah. So I may do some more of those. That was fun, and it's, you know, if I'm gonna be drawing anyway, I'm happy to share that with y'all. So stay tuned. If you're following me here on Twitch, you'll get announcements when I go live. I'm still trying to figure out, again, it's new. I'd like to do it a bit more, but I'm still trying to figure out the best way to manage it, both while I'm doing it and also in terms of like announcing it. Because sometimes it's also just going to be spur of the moment. It's going to be like, hey, we have some time to watch TV. Well, you know, kids got to bed early, kids got to sleep early. We can chill out for a bit. So I'm going to do art and let's just go live. So we'll see. We'll see. Stay tuned. Again, the best way right now is just to be following me. Those recordings will still get posted up on YouTube. In fact, I think if you missed it and wanted to watch it, you could either watch the VOD here on Twitch of last Friday's stream, or you can check it out on YouTube. That did go live. Still amazing to me. It seems like the quiet stream, maybe it's because they're also shorter, but the quiet streams definitely seem to be better received on YouTube. Anyway. Curiosity. Anyway, okay. Yeah, anyway, that is it for me tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your night. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great weekend. And I will see y'all at least next Thursday. Yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Bye.